the new meta. You kind of have to decode instantly, especially with Breaking Wheel being probably one of the best first round hunters next to Sculptor. And then there's also Bloody Queen coming back into the meta. So rotation is difficult, but looks like Problems did get one of the closest spawns, but the key spawn was Graveyard,
It
which
does
I
also seem
believe.
like the hunter is carrying that quench, so very good for finding that mind's eye. If she decodes right away, which it does seem like she is currently rotating, so we
I
shall
mean,
see.
I think Zeus is trying to cut off the rotation. He's doing an amazing job. However, there's no one at backgate because he cut off that rotation. So he's going to the next place where the key spawn is, which should be Graveyard, and that is exactly where the Seer is, and the Mind's Eye.
Oh, and seeing that mind's eye. Oh, that was very good. Honestly, while these rotations have certainly done a thing, what we did see is from Leg. Leg was heading towards that back gate, and hearing that hearing that the sculptor was heading back there, had to then rotate back to cemetery, which means that currently we have both the Seer and the Mind's Eye in that graveyard, so we'll see how this goes.
That is true, but the Seer doesn't really have to worry and can keep decoding strictly because the Mind's Eye is a bigger priority than him. But, ooh. I mean, it's a beautiful owl, but he didn't hit it, so honestly, that Sculptor, best choice is to either wait it out. Oh! Damn. I mean, the presence is really good, to be honest, so Sculptor does get better with full presence.
And honestly, having that Seer do the Graveyard Cipher and then leave once the Cipher has... Ooh, getting
Amazing hit.
Nice! Yeah, no, because currently they have 4 ciphers worked on. They have Bottom Broken, they have Backgate, they have Church, which Church is close to popping. It is around 70%. And then we have Backgate having popped. So they have currently 4 out of the 5 ciphers, and they're all decently spread out, which means that once they have these ciphers, they're trying to avoid giving that lock.
The interesting thing is, I don't know if you saw Olive, but Paul set up a support portal that possibly will get my leg to back but bottom breakable just by going outside of church. But I'm not sure if Smitty is planning to rescue. It looks like he's gonna try and apply more tinnitus now that he's popped the cipher, go for an after house rescue, and then ooh. Zeus's game sense is amazing with that, knowing exactly where Schmitty will be hiding. So now he's kind of forced to go and football to the chair, I believe, or take that hit and go.
Taking that hit and then going.
Yep.
Zeus, however, does have teleport, so yeah, pulling that teleport, forcing him to leave that chair.
It'll be almost impossible for Schmitty to rescue this, to be honest. Maybe Seer can come?
Seer coming. Oh, yeah.
And there comes Roland. Oh, unfortunately the Mind's Eye did get sold though, but amazing hit by Zeus. Because now he's confirmed that down. Checking up on Schmitty.
They currently have all of the last 3 ciphers worked on. We have the Backgate at around 80. We have Priestess's Middle Broken cipher at around 70. And then we have the Graveyard cipher at that 60. So we shall see what happens.
It seems like Zeus is planning on targeting Paul right now, but he used his teleport, so maybe if he can down Schmitty with these statues?
Oh,
no.
Schmitty is managing to get, to avoid getting down by those statues. Yeah, no, having used that teleport on the chair means that he's forced to walk around, allowing that rotation to happen.
Amazing job by Schmitty though, hiding behind the tombstone so that he's avoiding the hunter. But the hunter does see him all the way in backgate possibly, but harassing Roland right now.
That was a nice dodge from Roland. It seems like, the way that they did it, it seems like Roland was trying to take that kite, knowing that a full Seer, very promising, but Schmitty, yeah, no, seeing that portal, do not let that priestess,
let's see. I mean, Roland is definitely bringing him to the corner of the map, so they're free reign to decode. The only cipher that they have left is Graveyard, but I see that Paul is starting top breakable, and so now they have also comms in the dungeon.
This is very good tie situation for the survivors if Roland is able to kite for that last cipher to be primed.
I believe that Schmitty might try and go for an instant rescue if he can on that graveyard cipher, because Schmitty does still have tied, because Roland is the one that rescued. Oh,
teleporting
but
from the priestess.
yes, and Paul already has a setup for himself, so it's possibly an endgame kite for the priestess, but chipping Schmitty so that maybe he can't decode. They might be forced to heal in this situation though, because Paul is still full health.
Yeah, getting that chip, because both Roland and Schmitty are at that 35%, not 35, 75% health, meaning that a chip on either of them would mean a slightly game over for that. Well, not game over, but like a down for them. So very good on you for getting that and being aware of the need to pressure those cycles.
Yep. So the problem is that Roland is currently a one-chip, so even if he gets on that cipher, he could go down just as easily. They might just want to pop the cipher with Schmitty on the chair, but Zeus is carrying an up-down build. So it's going to be a lot more difficult for them to secure this tie unless the priestess can provide a lot of support. Yep, there's the pop.
Hunter does have detentions. They're not able to go for a rescue just in case. Oh, seeing Roland. Good job on checking which gates that they're at in order to secure where you need to go.
That is true. Zeus is still camping the chair though, staying in graveyard, going to Paul on top of reception gate.
Yeah.
The problem is that Zeus is gonna have teleport back in a second. There's no way that Roland can get that gate open and rescue Schmitty. It's looking like a possible one-man or a tie, depending on if Paul can clutch dungeon. He does have a portal, however, though, which he used.
Seem like getting out. Well, let's see what's Paul. Paul seems to be going forward.
Oh, how did Paul get all the way? Amazing job. How did he get all the way up to church?
He has a lot of portals set up for himself. It is very strong.
That is true.
Showing her
throughout this whole match, he didn't have more than 2 portals on him.
Yeah, very good. Making sure he utilizes those portals to the best of their ability. The